everybody, it's Erica at Flourish Herbals. Today I'm in my kitchen at home and I want to show you guys how to make an herbal butter that's really great for grilling season. There's lots of varieties of different ways you can make this kind of a butter. We call it a compound butter. You can make it sweet with maybe you're growing pumpkins or berries, throw some cinnamon and sugar in there, make it sweet. But what we're going to make today is really savory. I know a lot of you are growing your own herbs in little containers and on your patios and in your gardens, and it's going to be time to harvest. If you haven't already gotten some, you will soon. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is decide if you're going to use dried herbs or fresh herbs. Now, fresh herbs contain a natural water content, right? They're living, we just plucked them off the plant. We want to try to get a little bit of that moisture out just to extend the shelf life, right? We want our product to last a little bit longer. And so these herbs here, they were picked, they were rinsed, they were patted dry, and I've just let them sit for a couple of hours. And so they've kind of started to wilt. The basil looks a little wilty, the oregano looks a little wilty. Now you can use any herbs that you find in your store also. And then don't forget that down at Flourish, we do carry a big variety of dried herbs. We have all your culinary herbs. So first thing you'll need is some butter. We like to use a good quality butter. Let this kind of come to room temperature and soften a little bit. Ours didn't soften very much. But if you are going to use dried herbs, what I would recommend is that you take those dried herbs. Maybe you're going to use some dried garlic powder. Think about, is my butter salted? Is my butter not salted? And what I recommend is that you kind of reconstitute those dried herbs with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Get that stuff really kind of moist and damp, and let that kind of reconstitute, and that's going to really enhance your flavor. Okay, so we did make a compound butter here with dried herbs. I'm going to show you how to roll it up into a log pretty soon, but right now we're going to work on this batch here. Yeah, see, mine's just still a little bit on the firm side, but that's going to be just fine. It's going to melt down. So like I said, if you're going to add this onto a meat product, a steak, a fish, a chicken, just take into consideration how much salt you're adding to your meat versus how much salt is already in your butter. And this kind of a butter is going to be something that we're going to use when we come to the table. Like, we wouldn't want to start preparing our food with this. You could add this to a chicken, add this to a fish, add it to your baking foil packs, you know, if you're going to make some fish or some veggies. Absolutely, the heat's going to bring out the flavors, but you don't want to overheat it so much that you lose all the deliciousness. So in my family, we love garlic. So I'm going to throw 2 cloves of garlic in here. Now there's no recipe here. I started with a half a cup of butter. You could mince this. You can chop it up real fine. I'm just going to throw it into here real fast. Just like so. Now when you're using garlic, there's a lot of natural chemicals in here, lots of natural plant phytochemicals that are released when we smash that garlic down. So let's say you're going to be cooking in your kitchen. If you can smash this garlic down and break it open and just let it set, it kind of activates those compounds, kind of like activating an enzyme. So let that set before you throw it into a pot or a pan or something. Doesn't necessarily matter here because our compound butter is going to be setting for a while. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. I'm going to add a dash of black pepper. And then I like to add the red chili flakes as well to add a little bit of heat, right? Let me get this mashed up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take all those herbs out of the kitchen or out of the garden. For the leaves, I like to roll them all up and then give them just a nice rough chop, right? Watch your fingers. Oh, terrible with my knife skills. Now these other things that come on a stem, like a rosemary, we're just going to peel that back. Just going to zip it along. Once we start to break open these plants, we start to release all those volatile compounds and all those aromatic qualities. Same thing with the thyme. And just peel that right back, right? And then just give this a nice rough chop. Guys, you can put this into your food processor. You can give it a big whirl. If you want your herbs diced up really fine, mince that up. Otherwise, a nice rough chop is good. Once it goes into the log, you're going to slice off a serving. And so you're going to end up cutting those. You'll break those herbs down as you go. So a nice big rough chop. So then you're just going to smash, get it all incorporated, right? This really already smells so delicious. Guys, this is great on veggies. It's great on just about anything you can think of. And again, match those flavor profiles to what your family really, really enjoys. So we have some butter that we made a little while ago. We made this yesterday or earlier. So we're going to put that down. Same thing here, right? I'm just skipping a step. Form it into we want this into a kind of a log shape, just because then it's easy to slice, right? Tighten up the ends, give it a good twist. Plop this in the refrigerator. Guys, if this sits in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, all those flavors are going to start to get together and make yummy little flavor profiles in there. The butter is going to get solid. Like I say, here's one that we did with dried herbs. And literally, like, that's just a serving. So you put that onto your potatoes, put that onto your veggies, put it into a steam foil pack with some fish. The other thing that I like to do is maybe make a bigger batch, and this stuff freezes really well. So push this down into a ice tray. I like this one here. It plops into the refrigerator. And then when they pop out, you've got a single serving. Maybe you're going to use it for a dish. Maybe it's something pretty you're going to make for a special occasion. You can use the silicone molds. Guys, there's so many different variations you can do. Just think about what you're cooking, what your family likes, what you're growing. You can throw some chives in. You guys are growing cilantro is really great in this kind of thing. And we hope that you will enjoy grilling this summer with this kind of a procedure here. So you can catch us down at the shop. We have all your dried herbs down there. We've got thyme and rosemary, sage, basil. We have these gorgeous, gorgeous bay leaves, guys. So give us a call. The shop is open for curbside pickup. Give us a call. Let us know what you need. And we can bundle all these kinds of things up for you in the dried fashion. Put it in a bag. We have recipe cards printed up. Come on in, pick one of those up. Guys, we'll see you next time and hope you have a great time in the kitchen.